Vande Mataram children, I Mr. Basavaraj Nipani welcome you all to Sir Kalam Tutorial YouTube education channel. Dear children, as you all know, in my previous video classes, we have discussed about two important lessons of democratic politics too, that is power sharing and federalism. And according to revised syllabus, today we are going to discuss about one more important lesson of democratic politics to standard 10th, that is political parties. So dear children, in today's class we are going to introduce what are political parties and why do we need political parties and what is the meaning of political parties can be discussed in today's class. So let us start today's class. So in today's class, first let us try to understand the introductory part of this lesson, that is political parties. Now let us study overview of the lesson, means the introduction of this lesson. In this tour of democracy, we have come across political parties several times. So dear children, as you all know, in 9th standard we have studied many lessons regarding democracy, what is democracy and why democracy, constitutional design, working of institutions, electoral politics. So in all those lessons we have come across political parties several times. We have already got to know what is political party, what are the important roles of political parties in democratic countries. And in class 9th we have noticed the role of political parties in the rise of democracies. So previous year we have studied the expansion and the establishment and the rise of democracy in previous class, and we have also come to know what is the important role played by political parties in the rise of democracies as well as in the formation of constitutional design. So how several political parties such as Congress and many other parties played important role in designing the constitution for our country. And we have also discussed in electoral politics what are the important roles played by political parties in conducting the elections, what are the elections, how political competition is being conducted in our country and in many other democratic countries. That has been also already discussed in 9th standard. And also we have discussed about the role of political parties in the making of and the working of governments, and what are the important roles played by political parties in the making and the function of government, how political parties form the government and how government functions. That has been already discussed. In this textbook we have glanced at political parties as vehicles of federal sharing of power and as negotiators of social divisions in the arena of democratic politics. And what exactly we are going to study in this lesson? We are going to study political parties as the vehicles of federal sharing of political power. So here in this lesson we are going to study the role of political parties and the role of political parties as the vehicles of federal sharing power. So how political parties share power, how political parties form the government, and how political parties function the government, how political parties provide a better administration for the country, and how political parties provide a better future for the citizen of country, and how they take the role of federal sharing of power. And we shall also discuss political parties as the negotiators of social divisions, means how political parties represent different social divisions in the society and how political parties help people of different community, caste, creed, gender, religion and different social diversities. And before concluding this tour, let us take a close look at nature and working of political parties. And we shall also discuss about what is the important nature of political parties and how political parties work, especially in our country. And in this lesson, we begin by asking some common questions. That is, why do we need parties? Why we need political parties? That can be discussed in this lesson. And how many parties are good for a democracy? So when we discuss about democracy, in a democratic country, how many parties must be there? How many parties good for a democratic country? That can be discussed. in the light of these, we introduce the national and regional political parties. So in this regard, when we go to discuss about political parties, we shall also discuss about what are the important roles of political parties, at the same time what are the national parties and what are the regional parties, what are the differences between national parties and regional parties, that can be also discussed. That is also one of the important objective of this lesson. We introduce the national and regional political parties in today's India, and then we look at what is wrong with political parties and what can be done about it. And we shall also discuss what is wrong with the political parties in present scenario and how all those errors regarding political parties can be solved, and how political parties can be reformed, and how political parties should work properly, and how they can give better administration and effective administration by changing some of the natures and some of the concepts of political parties, and what exactly should be done to political parties to work properly, how political parties will be able to give good administration for the country, and how can they form good government for the country. That can be discussed in this lesson, that is political parties. So this is all about the introductory part of this lesson, that is political parties. In my next class we shall discuss about why do we need political parties and what is the meaning of political parties. Till then, take care. Goodbye.